Video game layoffs sadly continue with more cuts at Ubisoft. 2024 has been a brutal year with more than 10,000 video game jobs lost so far. The video game industry layoff trend continues as Ubisoft has cut 45 jobs across its teams in San Francisco, California, and Cary, North Carolina this week. A spokesperson for Ubisoft confirmed to Bloomberg that the company made the difficult yet necessary decision to lay off staffers in an effort to align these studio organizations with their future business and development objectives. Those who lost their jobs will get severance payment and outplacement support. Back in April this year, Ubisoft eliminated 45 jobs across other divisions. GameSpot has contacted Ubisoft in an attempt to get more details on these cuts. These cuts appear to stem from Ubisoft's ongoing cost reduction plan to help improve profitability and appease investors. The cuts at Ubisoft haven't stretched beyond 1,000. Ubisoft San Francisco was founded in 2009 and had about 5 employees prior to this reduction. The office included a variety of job categories, including marketing, sales, business development, communications, finance, licensing, creative, and game development. Ubisoft San Francisco created the Rocksmith series and also South Park: The Fractured Butthole. The studio is now working on the ongoing support of Rocksmith and Xterfire. The team in Cary, North Carolina, meanwhile, is known as Red Storm. It was founded in 1996 by author Tom Clancy and is perhaps best known for its work on the Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six franchises. This team was working on the Division Heartland until it was canceled earlier this year. So let's look at comments. Uh, Dragon Mike goes, of course, lay off all the people with smaller salary. It's a funny thing they could get the same or better results by laying off one of the people in management that have retardedly large salaries, but that would make sense, so of course they don't do that. And Guitar Warrior 86 goes, no wonder since the whole industry is switching to AIs because of it, and no wonder characters have such dialogues. Are you okay? The weather is not nice. Malacca, then. Let's eat some meat. Where's my ship? Did you check on the bodies? Oh my Malacca. While NPCs while says it while dancing. So, what do you think of more layoffs coming from Ubisoft?
It is of no surprise, and for the last almost what, it's been a year and a half now.
Yeah,
Layoffs we've been going through and reporting on since then, and Microsoft themselves might lay off about 1,900 workers the other year, if not
yep,
earlier this year. So it is continuing to do so, and I'm surprised that that people are not seeing this outside of the gaming industry, well, the economists and economic experts, stuff like that, because whatever's going on in the gaming industry also reflects on what's going on in the real world too. And there's been lots of layoffs and lots of cutbacks on certain companies as well. They've been doing for a good year now, and like I said, it's not going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, it's going to continue to do so.
yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, Ubisoft. It's don't forget Ubisoft weren't they supposed to create the first ever quadruple A game?
Yeah, what was
Uh,
that Skull and Bones game? I think it was called.
so yeah, so I mean, but anyway, you knew Ubisoft was talking out of their ass when they said we're going to make the first ever quadruple A game, and it turned out to be a big nothing.
Were they ones that made the game Skulls and Bones or Bones and Skulls, whatever it's called?
Something like that, and it was like a fart in the wind. It, it happened, and then nothing after it for a long time. It's like what was all this big hype about? And the thing is, Ubisoft, they don't have to be doing this. They said they're doing it to cut costs. Maybe you'd be bringing more money in if your games were actually good. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this is the company that screwed up Assassin's Creed. I played the last Assassin's Creed. I think it was Valhalla or Odyssey on Game Pass. That those games are a chore to play.
It's all about microtransactions, pretty much. If you have the money, you can get by in those games.
I don't mind grinding because we were brought up with Final Fantasy games and like I love Chrono Trigger. I like Chrono Cross, although I haven't played it as much.
Likewise.
So we grew up with games. The Final. Don't forget Final Fantasy 13, which I think gets a lot more hate than it deserves. Um, but that's I can go on with all these role playing games that where you need to grind if you want to stand a chance later on in the game.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, but with how do you make people like who grew up with those games hate us, find Assassin's Creed boring?
Mm,
And not to mention, it's not like Assassin's Creed was always that bad. I mean, Black Flag was okay.
the best one I hear is Black Flag.
I
Of
hated that
Assassin's.
one mission though that you probably never got up to.
Yeah, I'm only 3% to the game.
Well, I don't remember. Well, this was hours into the game, so I'm pretty sure you didn't get there yet. But it
Yeah.
was just a sneaking mission that you couldn't get seen while sneaking, and then at the end of the mission, you end up getting caught anyway. But you had to
Yeah.
get caught when Ubisoft wanted you to get caught. Um, they, Assassin's Creed Rogue, liked Syndicate, I loved. Um, but it's kind of like after that, they just kind of kept going down in quality. And the Tom Clancy games, you know, the only one I really didn't like was Rainbow Six, or I think Rainbow Six Two, because you had to uh, while you were controlling one guy, you had to consistently command the other guy what to do,
Hmm.
and it just was like this is not how you play as two people.
And if we can speak back on Assassin's Creed, all Assassin's Creed Unity, I heard since Unity has been going down since then, in the games of Assassin's Creed, in quality that is. So I can understand where you come from, Triple J, about the matter that it's been going down in quality with the microtransactions and the acting in the games and all. So
And Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, Blacklist. I played Splinter Cell all the way through, loved it. Almost played it all the way through a second time on stream.
how
So
about
this,
how about Wildlands? You play that one?
if I did, it was only once on Game Pass.
Okay, I haven't just played that game yet, and it's on Game Pass. That's my check.
Okay, so I might have played that one on Game Pass, but I never played all the way. I played like a couple hours into it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I mean, this is this is the uh, this is the resume of Ubisoft, and they can't. And meanwhile, they just have to keep laying people off, laying people off, laying people off.
Hmm.